Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Stampin' Storytellers. Happy Tuesday. The January to December 2021 mini catalog actually went live August 3rd, along with another 2 months of Sale-a-bration. So we've had a week with these catalogs, and now I can show you the inside, and I'll show you what we're using today. We're going to use a little bit of this bedazzling 6x6 paper. You get 8 sheets of the 6x6, and it is quite thick. It's heavy cardstock, and it's super sparkly. It kind of reminds me of a disco ball with all the with the shape of each little sequin on there. That is free with a $60 order. Then there's these penguins. This is in the mini catalog, the penguin bundle. It's a punch and stamp set. Coordinating with that is 12x12 DSP, and one side is all penguins and critters, and the opposite side is all just little patterns, and not necessarily Christmas either. So that's a really awesome one. Then we have the Feels Like Home stamp set, a really good watercolor or just regular coloring stamp set. Again, free with $60 purchase. Then there's this black and white 12x12. Kind of coordinates with the hand penned suite. It's kind of the same designs, all black and white though. Then this one we're going to use today as well, the Peaceful Prince 12x12 DSP. Again, lots of Christmas, but there is a few sheets that are not Christmassy or more just winter instead of Christmas itself. So we're going to use the one that, and I'll show you the paper itself, but we're going to use one that has trees on it. And then there's a couple more items. One more that is free with a $60 purchase, the Counting Sheep stamp set. There's dies that are free with a $60 purchase. And then there is this larger stamp set. It's free with a $120 purchase. Really beautiful flowers, how they layered them together. And there's a host set. I thought there was another set of dies. Oh, I skipped a page, that's why. There's the Textures and Frames stamp set, really good for making background images or background layering pieces, for free with a $60 purchase. And then another set of dies. This coordinates with the where does it say? Shaded Summer stamp set that's in the mini catalog, and this is a set of dies that coordinates. So lots of options to choose from. Really great that it lasts for 2 full months. So make sure you get in on that. Then here's the mini catalog. I think I had said it's 79 pages, and I am going to use this stamp set today, the Welcoming Woods. It's just a standalone stamp set, and I just really liked these trees, and I'm going to pair it with the Nature's Beauty stamp set that's in the annual catalog right now, and I'm going to use this deer. So I'll show you this DSP quick. This is the piece we're going to use today, but there's really good patterns in here. It's a lot easier to see it. You feel like this is in person, but a larger view of it that's the front and back of each piece. So lots of fun designs and lots of good traditional colors for Christmas paper if you wanted to use it for that. So to get started on this project, I have an Early Espresso card base, and we'll fold that in half. Then I have a layer of crumb cake that is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And I'll adhere that directly onto my card front. Then here's my DSP. This is 5 1/4 by 4. So you can get quite a few panels out of one sheet of DSP. So that's really nice already. Then I have a layer of vellum. This is one of the contour dies, and I just like that extra stitching. but it doesn't cover up too much of the pattern of the DSP. So I'm just going to use my Tombow still, just in the center there. And we're going to put another panel on top so you won't be able to see that glue. I'll push it down. Then I have this panel of Whisper White, and that's what we're going to stamp our trees on. So I'll bring in a scratch piece of paper and the large tree image. This is a E block, so it is a large stamp, and crumb cake ink. And I'll stamp that right in the center. So I chose this size of a layer because it's smaller than the stamp. So my image will go right to the edge, just like that. And I'll close, oh, maybe we'll use that for our sentiment. So I'm going to add that layer on dimensionals. I don't know if you can hear it in the video or not, but that my husband is playing guitar. I need a she shed or something that's not part of the house. That would be fun. So I am going to layer that up on my vellum. I really like the definition in here. This one is a distinctive stamp, and so it really looks like they're 3D. So now I have a scrap of basic white, my soft suede ink, and I'm just going to stamp this deer, and we're going to fussy cut it out. I have another little label. This is from the Hippo and Friends dies, and I'm going to stamp the Hello Friend. That sentiment is in this Welcoming Woods stamp set. So there's lots of great, there is a winter one. Every season brings its own wonder, and you could use your snowflakes. But I really liked that it had good sentiments. I feel like I'm missing a more variety of sentiments. I feel like we're missing those. So I'm just going to trim this smaller. And for animals, I like to fussy cut right on the line. Usually when I'm doing flowers and images like that, I do leave an outline. But for my purposes with animals, I feel like they look better when it's the ink right to the edge of your image. Unless, of course, you have a die, then that's just how it works. But if I'm going to fussy cut it, I like having the solid line on the edge. For this one, I'm not going to cut in between his back legs and front legs, but I am going to cut that larger section out. So there I have my deer, not a hard image to fussy cut. And I will add him up on some dimensionals as well. Then let me bring back in that shiny paper and what is it called? The bedazzled paper. And I'm just going to trim off a little bit less than a 1/4 of an inch. This paper will go a long way, and it's kind of deceiving how much it ends up being when it's only 6 by 6, but it will be lots of paper for you. So I'll add my deer right there. And then I think I'm just going to trim that off about there. I'll add that on a dimensional as well. And just tuck the straight edge underneath his leg. Then I'll add, let's put this one on glue dots. Because I'm adding it to that shiny paper, I want to make sure it actually sticks, and I don't know if Tombow glue would dry quick enough for that to happen. So isn't that card fun? Let's add maybe some pearls. I have a more masculine version of this card to show you as well that I didn't put the bling on. There. Close this ink pad. So there's my outside of our card. For the inside, I would just add another panel of white. I could add here, and then I think I had a little scrap. I could add this at the bottom. Use up all your little pieces of DSP. So I'll cut that down to 3/4 of an inch. Glue that down just a little bit too long. And add that to the inside. And just like that. Let me know what you think of my fun design in the comments of this video. I will be starting to choose random winners of prizes for commenting and sharing my video. So please go ahead and share the link to Facebook, and then comment in the comments that you have shared it so that I know. And then you might win a prize from me in the mail. Thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget about Sale-a-bration, the new mini catalog, and the annual catalog, of course, always needs loving, and that's where a lot of our big essential items are. This catalog here, don't forget about that one. And then Sale-a-bration goes until the end of September. If you'd like to shop my online store, you can at stampinstorytellers.blogspot.com. My current host code is in the top right hand side. Enter that host code and I'll also send you a free make and take packet in the mail. It might just be this card, it might be another one. Sometimes I have videos for the make and take, sometimes they're written instructions. It just depends on how many pieces and how many steps are in my make and take packets. Thanks so much for joining me. Oh, and here's my sample card. This one I used some of the white glitter organdy ribbon, and I colored it with my light Stampin' blend, and that's also only half of it. I cut the roll. This is what it looks like. And so I cut it in half, and then I colored it to make it blend with my card front. This one, I know there's some sparkles in there, but this one could be more of a manly gentleman type of card, like for your dad or your grandpa, something like that, even though there's some glitter in that. But this one definitely is more blingy with the bedazzling paper and the added pearls. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!